Hi you guys, so it's Kiyoshi and I'm back for another Savvy Saturday. I got a lot of questions about how I grocery shop with only $200 a month for 4 people. So today I thought I would show you guys how I do my grocery shopping, how I decide what I'm going to buy, and how I divide up my groceries in order to make them last for the whole month. So let's just get into the video. So the first thing I like to do is get out my old receipts. Your old receipts are an excellent way to determine how much you spend a month on grocery and how much each item is going to cost that you normally buy. So I like to go by store. So as you can see right here, I am choosing Aldi first, and I'm going to go ahead and write out a list of all the things that I want to get from Aldi. As you can see, I'm writing out what I want, how many I want, how much it costs per item, and multiply that by how many I want and the total price. And what this does, it helps me to determine how much I am going to spend at that store out of my budget, and I'll just continue that throughout all the stores. So as you can see at the end, I go ahead and write up the total for that store, and then I will multiply it by the tax, which is 10% here, and then I will write that total at the bottom. I am very particular about how much I spend on my grocery budget because it is only $200. So I like to know how much I'm going to spend exactly down to the penny at a particular store. That way I know that I am on budget and will not go over. So basically, after I finish with one store, I go ahead and move on to the other store I'm going to shop at. My 2 main stores are Aldi, Walmart, and sometimes I will go to the Piggly Wiggly. Okay, when I'm finished with both stores, I'll go ahead and add the 2 totals together so I'll know how much money I am going to use out of my $200 budget on that particular shopping trip. And so when I go to the store, I'll have the correct amount of money. Okay, so after I come from the grocery store, I like to divide up my meat. So I use a gallon hefty freezer bags. You'll need a Sharpie container, a bowl to season your meat, and let's get started. I don't have a lot of time to prep dinner in the evenings after work, so I'll go ahead and prep dinner right after I go grocery shopping, and I find this a lot easier. Okay, once I'm through putting the meat in the bowl, I go ahead and rinse the meat off. Remember, always clean your meat before you start prepping it for cooking or storing away. Once the meat is nice and clean, I like to go season it. I like to use seasoning salt and pepper, but you can use whatever kind of seasons that you prefer. Once I am finished seasoning the meat, I'll go ahead and divide them into the Ziploc bags. I like to write what kind of meat is in there, how many pieces, and what day I put it into my deep freezer. This way I will use the oldest meat first. Okay, once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead and fill up the Ziploc bags. And the reason why I do 9 pieces is because I found that if I cook more than 9 pieces, then the food goes to waste, because usually I eat 2 pieces, my mom eats 2 pieces, my daughter eats 2 pieces, and my son eats 3, and this way we won't waste any food. Alright, when I'm finished with the first batch, I'll go ahead and start on the second batch. As you can see, I'm putting the meat in the same bowl as the other bowl that already has seasoning. This meat has already been rinsed off. I just do this in order to not waste seasoning. I can just save the seasoning at the bottom of the bowl. Hey, you gotta be thrifty. But anyway, I just go ahead and do that same seasoning and packaging process over until I'm finished seasoning all of my meat and get it ready to put into the deep freezer. Okay, you guys, so right here I'm showing you that I have 19 days worth of meals, and how meals work at my house is Monday through Friday. We only eat dinner because the kids and myself eat breakfast and lunch at school or work. So then on the weekends we will have 3 meals, and so this works out very well for my grocery budget with making sure that we have enough meals for an extended amount of time. So once I'm finished packing up the meat, I'll go ahead and squeeze all the air out and Ziploc it, and then I will flatten the meat so they can lay on top of each other so it doesn't take up a lot of room in my deep freezer. Okay, you guys, so this is a shot of my deep freezer. As you can see, all of the meat is laying to the left, and all of the extra food, the turkey burgers, the waffles, are on the right. Here is a shot of a recommendation of how long meat and items can stay in your deep freezer, so make sure you check that out. As you can see, all the meat I packaged up on May the 1st is right here, and then the meat that is from April the 20th is on this side. So I will make sure I use the April the 20th meat first before I use the May 1st meat, because like you said, it can only stay in there for so long. And as you can see, all the meat lays nice and flat inside of my deep freezer. That way I can fit more meat and food items in there. And here are the turkey burgers, the waffles, and my vegetables. Okay, so in my regular refrigerator freezer, I keep some turkey burgers, the waffles that we're using now, some fries, and the meat that we are using currently. So this meat, as you can see, I'm going to show you the date in a minute, is from March the 2nd. So I'm going to use up all of this meat first, and once it is gone, I will move the April 20th meat out of the deep freezer into the regular refrigerator. We only use meat out of the regular freezer first before we use meat out of the deep freezer. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I will see you guys in the next Savvy Saturday.